St. Vincent de Paul, we celebrate the sacraments quite frequently. Most frequently is probably baptism. We celebrate that on the weekends here. We also celebrate Eucharist every week. We celebrate confirmation, celebrate marriages, anointing of the sick, and we also join our diocese occasionally for the celebration of holy orders. How did we get to know the sacraments? Most likely is because we celebrated them ourselves or with someone in our family. How did we get to know more about them? Well, by living it out and by seeing others live it out in our midst. So I'd like you to take a short journey with me just to get a kind of a glimpse, just a small taste of celebrating the sacraments, of what it is that we are and who we are and how we live out our lives here at St. Vincent's, how we really get what we are asking for in God's life here.
We actually met at a Baptist church camp that he was going to already with his church group, and I went with my best friend in junior high for me.
I guess I was a freshman in high school.
And then parted ways, kept in touch a little bit, and actually re-met at A&M my freshman year and his sophomore year down in College Station. And well, they're 7 and 5, and so we've done the summer programs for the religious education, and we've done Sunday school. Over the summertime, the older one has been able to go to religious ed for 2 years now during the summer, in the early summer programs. And in wintertime, she'll be getting ready for First Communion and First Confession.
Celia made us do it.
Well, I guess formally, we met in high school. We were both members of the Martin High School band, but we went through religious education together here at St. Vincent, all through elementary, junior high, high school. So we met each other at church.
We both grew up at St. Vincent, so we learned about the sacraments because our parents went here. So
There's a lot of memories there. There's a lot of memories at our confirmation retreat. I think that's where, I connected with my faith at that moment. I thought it was kind of cool that we got to share that together.
Julia has received communion and reconciliation, and Emma is in first grade.
I have been a member of the parish since I was born. I'm involved in the Boy Scouts and the Venture Crew and Basic. I was baptized here, I went through First Communion, and I'm going through confirmation next year. I was a member of the Boy Scout troop here, and I got my Eagle, and now I'm a part of the Venture Crew here, which is mainly co-ed Boy Scouts, and we do high adventure stuff, more challenging tasks. It's completely youth-led. Many of the members are from this parish, but they are also members from the community.
I grew up in this parish, been here since the Arkansas warehouse days.
I grew up at First Christian behind Carter Junior High, and so I joined the church after we got married and went through the RCIA program. Kevin was my sponsor. I think it allowed him to learn a lot while I went through it, and it allowed me to feel like I could become more fully involved with the weekly Mass. I think the religious ed classes are very comprehensive and allows us to cover various aspects, and I like the fact, especially with elementary, that each grade you kind of focus in on a different topic, so to speak, or learning a different aspect so that it doesn't overwhelm them all at one age.
I think it helps too that Holly also teaches within the RE program at times. It has blossomed. What an experience for me to see growing up in this parish, to see where that program's come.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, I have grown up here in Arlington and been a member of the church here. My parents, Mac and Rosie Lotta, have been parishioners for 33 years here. They brought into this, the whole foundation for us of our faith.
Oh, I was brought up in the Episcopal Church. And so to get married in the Catholic Church, that was not going to happen until we made some decisions, and I had to go through RCIA. And
so you've been through, that was a great time. Yeah, we
did that together.
That time. That was a great time together.
But going through the RCIA, we got to hear about all of the sacraments, where the sacraments came from. We got to hear about the traditions, where they came from, And what does it mean?
Something that I read recently from Pope Francis on a tweet on Twitter. He said, Christ is always faithful. And he said, let us pray to always be faithful to him. So the bottom line, I think, for us is, for us together as a couple and being a part of the church, is carrying on our faith to others, for our children, for the future, and that's why we're here.
I've been at this parish since I was born. I went through all of my religious education here and all of my every sacrament that I've done so far. I'm a student at UTA, and so I live over by UTA and drive here on Sundays to come to church. This is where I grew up, and this is sort of where I feel closest to God, in that it was the place that I learned everything I know about religion, really.
The strengths of this parish start with the people, the community itself, and all the groups that those people are a part of. Many people are not in just one group or one section of the church, or help out in one way or involved in one way. I mean, I'm in the men's club, obviously, and I'm the 1045 Eucharistic Minister Mass Captains.
I'm involved at the 1045 Masses, which that's a great way to see most of the parish. You're here while the 9:15 Mass is leaving, you're showing up, and then you're also here when the 12:15 Mass is showing up.
I do a lot of the teaching, and I guess that's why I see the strength. I think obviously you want it to start young, and you want the church to be a place they want to be and to want to hang out.
Even when I was in elementary school, I remember chewing gum in Mass. Somehow I snuck it by my parents, and it was Father Johnson who came up and caught me, although he was chewing gum at the exact same time.
Something personal for me has been that since I've been here so long, both of my best friends I met through the church originally. My oldest friend I met in Mother's Day Out. My other best friend was in my religious ed class every year. I think being here and being here so long for me has allowed me to be able to have my Catholicism in every part of my life. And so if I have a problem, I can call up my best friends and they're Catholic and have similar feelings about things because they were also raised in this parish.
When her father passed away, which was traumatic for everybody involved, naturally. But I think the church and just the traditions, the faith, really helped everybody move right along through.
You're right. I think just having that celebration, you know, for us, that pride, just seeing what his presence has brought to this church, you know, we want to carry on that legacy ourselves. We definitely got some shoes to fill, and they're all the same shoes that Christ would like us to follow as well.
Well, Emma, it's neat to see that everybody's watching her grow up and learn to do things in her own time. And they celebrate with us and with her. So seeing her put her dollar in the basket, I think people even want to cheer her on at church. So there's definitely a sense of community there, that people love her as much as we do. And she's so proud of everything that she does here at church. It's a big part of what she loves to do.
So how do you sell it to the younger generation?
You know, I was thinking about how saturated things are in the media with different messages, that, you know, making sure that we're part of this community is bringing the messages of what's important in life.
So to me, one of the greatest things about this church is that it's a community.
And the sense of family that we have.
To be able to pass on the immense pride that we have in this parish, in this community.
I enjoy coming to Mass every Sunday and coming to Basic every Wednesday because it's such a great atmosphere to be in, to know that people have your back, and that just the friendship and fellowship here.
I think we've been blessed to have found this church community.
I still have memories of going to CCD when I was a child growing up here.
We were married here. We watched our children get baptized here. Now, our oldest, Julia, she's done her first communion, first reconciliation, and we just continue the tradition on.
But to be able to pass on our faith and to pass on knowledge of Christ and our faith in Jesus and God and what he does in our world, being able to share that with them now and pass that on to them. They can take that with them to school, and they can take that to share with their friends, and just build up the community, because that's where I started all those years ago.
And we come to Mass every Sunday, and we're involved throughout the week in different factions, that it's so meaningful to us on a daily basis and not just on Sunday.
When I walk out the door, I'm not leaving church because my friends and the people I know here are going with me, which means that I'm not just learning about religion here. I get to go out into the world and live it.
That's why we're here. I mean,
That's why we're thankful this place is here.
And that's why we're here.
And that's why I'm here.
And that's why we're here.
Living our faith, living our stewardship. This is why we are here.
We were delighted to be asked to be part of this video. We're giving back some of the support we have drawn from you, this parish, our friends and our neighbors. We can show you pictures of people and activities, of time and talent, but we can't show you the pictures of the air conditioners, the electric bills, the copiers, the papers, or even the powerful work of our outreach program to support our families in need.
Your donation of treasure makes all of these things possible. And it seems like lately we've only been able to maintain what we have, whereas now we need to grow what we have. Our parents didn't simply just maintain, they made it grow for all of us, and we need to continue on with that tradition. Personal story, I had a member of the White Catholic group. We were sitting one day in our meeting, and he came in and he was very boastful about his great day at work where he had received a raise. And he quickly exclaimed, "If I got a raise, so did the church." What a wonderful, wonderful approach to his stewardship to this parish.
We are asking you to prayerfully consider increasing your financial support of this parish to live what we believe. Carry it out to the doors of this community and pass it on to the next generation. And isn't that why we're all here? Thank you.